The suit is out as well for the Irish supporters, finally.
Men's 400 Freestyle S11. Viktor Smyrnov from Ukraine was fastest from the heats, next to his teammate Mykhailo Serbin. Two Italians also in this one. Well, the S11 swimmers with no vision at all is and always very exciting. A lot can happen in these S11 races.
Yeah, especially over an event like this, 8 lengths. It's exciting. We could see the lead change hands, and there's a lot of experience and a lot of youngsters coming through as well.
Also interesting heats this morning. There's a 17-year-old Marco Menezes of Portugal. Portugal looking for their first medal of these championships. Good finish this morning for Gudmundur Karlsson from Iceland. He finished strongly. 14-year-old Mykhailo Serbin looked really, really good in qualification. Can he challenge his teammate Viktor Smyrnov, the experienced man? Gold medal yesterday in the breaststroke. First of the two Italians, Salvatore, Urso, next to his teammate Federico Bassani. They will be hoping to get on the medal podium again. And Johannes Weinberg, the youngster from Germany, can he sort his directional antennae out so he can just negotiate his way down the lane? The youngster from Germany, very talented, as is this youngster, Mykhailo Serbin from Ukraine. Promises to be a really interesting contest, this one. The men's 400 freestyle S11 swimmers with no vision at all. The experienced man, Viktor Smyrnov, in the centre lane.
Off to a good start. They were all athletes away clearly, and it is Viktor Smyrnov who's just edging ahead, as we would expect there from lane 4 for the Ukrainian. But already we've seen him bounce from the left lane rope to the right. He'll want to try and settle down into a rhythm and get his direction sorted.
Yeah, very often we see the S11 swimmers just kind of brush along the lane ropes to keep their direction. And there we see the tappers at the end of the lane. Big, kind of bouncy tapping sticks for the Ukrainians, almost bent in half there, the sticks. They've got so much give in them.
Yeah, and then we saw the excitement of 14-year-old Mykhailo Serbin, the other Ukrainian in this race, taking out that first 50 metres ahead of the experienced Smyrnov, his teammate. Again, a great example here of how Ukraine have that depth. And they've got the experience, and now they're bringing through the next generation. And it's great to see these Ukrainians out in front. Of course, Serbin can't see Smyrnov, so they're swimming on feel, they're swimming on pace. They'll be counting their strokes, because obviously the tappers are at the end of the pool. But it's nice to know that you have got a backup plan just in case you get it slightly wrong. And these S11 swimmers, they really have to put a lot of trust in their support teams.
Yeah, they certainly do. It was a good turn from Viktor Smyrnov there, taking him into the lead. We saw Serbin get maybe a little bit closer to the wall than he would have liked there, but he sprung out of that turn and straight to the right-hand side of the lane, where he's hugging that blue lane rope, and he's going along very nicely just behind Viktor Smyrnov. You see the tap again, Smyrnov coming into the wall now. He was a little bit bunched there, Smyrnov, but not too bad. Serbin away, and again straight to the right-hand side of the lane. But it is Viktor Smyrnov, the experienced man, over 20 European medals to his name over the years. Really burst onto the scene back in Athens in 2004 at the Paralympic Games. Now stretching his way as we come down towards the halfway point.
Yeah, we would expect Smyrnov, the experienced member of the team, he's in good form this week to be out in front. But I think his compatriot, Serbin, going so well, and we see every time they come into the turns, the power of Smyrnov, that's where he extends his lead. His swimming speed isn't actually too different to that of Serbin, who seems to employ a technique where he gets very close to the wall and then accelerates off. Each swimmer has their own technique, their own way of doing it, but here we see Smyrnov in shot now, very comfortable at the front of this field.
Oh, Viktor Smyrnov, he is now stretching his lead, just gone past the halfway point. Mykhailo Serbin trying to hold on to second position. He went out quite fast, faster than he went out in the heats this morning. He's paying a little bit for that pace because Salvatore Urso from Italy, Federico Bassani coming back into contention for that second position. Here's the tab. It's somewhere roundabout down in the middle of the back there for Mykhailo Serbin. But he is round the wall. He is now pretty much level with the Italian. 2 lanes up from him, but no doubt about the leader here. Great shot there of Viktor Smyrnov as he comes into the 300 turn.
Yes, Smyrnov with a commanding lead, and it would take a strong man to bet against him at this point, but a battle really developing there for silver place between the Italian Urso and that youngster from Ukraine, Mykhailo Serbin. Anything can happen now. It's all about with the 400 meters when you choose to kick and when you choose to go and whether you go too early. And Urso went to his feet a lot sooner than Serbin. But in the heat, we saw Serbin evenly pace the race. And now it is the Italian who's starting to break away and put a gauntlet down to try and claim that silver medal.
Well, you can see the lead that Viktor Smyrnov has here as he approaches the final turn. Also, maybe just moving into second place now as Serbin drops down to third. And Viktor Smyrnov has negotiated that final turn pretty well, and he's heading for home.
Yeah, he is, as we said, no doubt, but the race is really on now for that silver and bronze medal race-off. Serbin, obviously, a big drawback for these S11s is they cannot see their competitors, and when they're racing someone that closely who's not in the lane next to them, they've just got to trust their own pacing.
Well, Viktor Smyrnov on his way to another gold medal. We saw him win gold yesterday in the breaststroke. He's going to follow that up with gold in the 400 freestyle. Viktor Smyrnov takes it just over the 5-minute mark for Viktor Smyrnov. A 5-second improvement from this morning, but what a tussle here for second. It's Serbin and Urso. Urso 2 lanes up from Serbin, and it looks like the Italian might just claim it here. All in the finish, and it is Urso that takes it in 5:17.56, 0.3 of a second ahead of Serbin. Well, it's gold to Ukraine, Viktor Smyrnov. It's bronze to Ukraine, Serbin. A great finish from Salvatore Urso to take the silver.
Well, that race just showed how exciting S11 swimming can be. Viktor Smyrnov dominated the race, as was to be expected going into this final, but there really was that tight-knit battle for silver and bronze, with Salvatore Urso just prevailing towards the end. But really no doubt here about the class of the field, the experience of Viktor Smyrnov of the Ukraine.
Smyrnov made sure of that final turn. When he headed for home, there's no one close to him. He reached for the wall. 5:01.63, the winning time for Viktor Smyrnov. Pleased with his performance this week at these European Championships. Another gold for the experienced Ukrainian. Viktor Smyrnov takes the European title for Ukraine. Salvatore Urso wins a close battle for silver ahead of Mykhailo Serbin.